Okay, in this example we're going to look at how easy it is to publish a white pages style telephone directory using CatBase and Adobe InDesign or QuarkXPress. So I've set up my database here. I've got several tables. The white pages one is the one we'll look at right now, and we've got a number of entries, one record for each person who's going to be listed in our directory. So we've got their information, their first name, their last name, their address, and obviously their phone number. And an important thing here is this first letter, and that is the first letter of the last name, and that's going to be used to make little headings for each letter of the alphabet, and that is created automatically by a script that runs anytime a white pages record is changed. So we won't go into a lot of detail about how it all works at the moment. We'll just jump ahead and publish the data, and then we can look at the details afterwards. So I've set up a couple of publishing projects here for publishing the white pages, and I'm going to use InDesign this time. So now I'm ready to publish. I just go to Publish Data and choose that publishing project, White Pages for InDesign. Now CatBase has published all our information, all the data for the telephone directory plus the formatting instructions. Now I just switch to my InDesign layout, and I import the text by going to File and choosing Place, and then I'll just find the file that was just created by CatBase, which is White Pages, and that's all now imported into InDesign, and everything is formatted just as we need. I'm just going to zoom in a bit here so we can see some detail. Now, first of all, you can see that it's sorted all the entries by last name first of all, and then by first name afterwards. And it's created this little heading here for each alphabet, letter of the alphabet, and that was from the first letter field that you saw in the database. And we formatted it here with the last name, a comma, the first name, the first line of their address, and a tab, and then the telephone number, which is actually set in bold. A couple of things that have happened automatically here. You can see that, for example, here the address wouldn't quite fit on the same line, or it wouldn't fit very well. Maybe the telephone number would have just been jammed up close to the address line. Or here's a better example where the address certainly wouldn't have fitted on the same line without bumping the phone number over. So we have set up an option in CatBase and told it to cut a line if it's longer than a certain length. So if it's longer than, say, 40 characters, it's going to insert a soft return and put the address on the next line along with the phone number. And because we've set it up with soft returns instead of actual new paragraph markers, the second line is all part of the first line, so that we can set options like keep options so that the two lines will always be kept together, as in this example here. They'll never be split across a column or a page, and that will just be handled automatically by the page layout program. So there's our white pages directory. Let's just go back to CatBase briefly and have a quick look at how that all works. We set up a publishing style sheet, and publishing style sheets are what tell CatBase what data we want to publish and how we want it all sorted and formatted, etc. So in our example here, we've got the first paragraph is the first letter, which is the big A, B or C, and after that we've got the actual details of each listing. Now each paragraph you create can have any combination of 7 different element types. This is actually quite a simple example. So we've got first of all a field, which is the last name from the database. Then we've got some text, which is a comma and a space. Then another field, the first name, another space, the initial field, another space, the address line 1, a tab character, and finally the phone number. So that's the information that's going to be published for each entry in the directory. So that's our white pages example. It's quite a simple project really. If you want to see a more exciting one, have a look at the yellow pages example. That's got ads and all kinds of interesting stuff in it. In our example databases, we're just giving you an idea of what you can do with CatBase. You can take the example databases and modify them to suit your particular needs. For example, you can modify the tables and fields any way you like. You can rename the tables, you can add new fields, you can delete fields that you don't need, and you can modify the properties of any existing fields. And once you've done that, you can set up your own data entry forms using the form design wizard. And on this form you can delete fields you don't want, you can move fields around, you can add new fields that you've just created, and of course you can resize them and move them around and use various tools to line them up nicely. You can create your own tabbed pages and put whatever fields on them that you want to. So you're in complete control over the setting up of your own database.